So Steve, Spellslinger Shields, and myself were playtesting, last minute playtesting. He's doing the drafts. I'm trying to figure out authority of the council is good against mono red. We're going to find out in a second, because that is exactly what I'm up against. Going into the game 3, I have not been able to draw this card as much as I would like. Let's see how it works out right now. Oh, you got a creature? You got a creature? Well, guess what? It's going to come into play tapped, and you're going to earn me some life. That's right. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. So thanks to Authority of the Console and Aether Sphere Harvester, this guy said, I am done. Easy game. Gonna go for the win here.
He's got nothing. He's taking 14 this turn.
He's got a little something.
Oh, but he hit my exerted one. That's a thank you.
He's gonna reset the exerter.
And he's gonna get Gift of Strength, whoever he blocks.
A wonderful gift.
And then for style points, we're playing the Hoopy.
Oh yeah. Hoopy has returned.
So testing is basically over. I'm going to go back to Metallic Mimic because it has some game against mono red. If they don't kill it immediately, my creatures get really big and I can race them. And it's also a blocker. I had Essence Scatter in the main, and you know what? There's a lot of decks that are just getting underneath it, like mono red and zombies, which is sick and gross. Control seems to be dead. It's like super gone. I played against just tons and tons of mono red this morning. Mono red to the forever. It was like 70% of the decks that I played against. Can't say the win rate is perfect, but it was definitely a lot better when I was playing with Metallic Mimic, and it was definitely actually a lot better. I took out all the Avacyn. I tested Avacyn, it was trash. Just when I cast her, she didn't do anything, and I like died with it in my hand. I either died with it in my hand or her on the battlefield. She doesn't make as big of an impact as I want her to. It's great, you know, if you have a bunch of creatures and you can block and make them indestructible, but those situations weren't really happening. I'll tell you what did happen, though, over and over again. Gideon ultimated and gave everyone +1/+1 for victory over and over again, so I'm going to go up to 4 Gideons. Gideon is the way to go. He's our Master of Waves and Lord of Atlantis for sure. And I was just telling Steve Spellslinger that the control seems to be dead. I played against tons of control over and over again, and now it's like gone. Probably because it doesn't have a very good mono red matchup. And maybe I will take out my cards for control in the sideboard to maybe shore up some other matchups. I'm not sure. How are you feeling about the tournament right now?
Pretty good. Still think my deck's well positioned. I'm going to flash a bunch of people and not get arrested.
Sweet. So we're off for registration. Registration's over here. Now tell me, this weird sound, is that bugs or power, electricity? Could be the power lines. We thought we were going to be here early at 4 o'clock, but in fact, it feels like we are late. For all your last-second purchases.
Okay. I just need to know if you have all of them, so that I can write my deck tonight.
So you go to the Pro Tour, you get entitled to some swag. We've got the Planeswalker bag. You can fit all this stuff very easily. Got the Nicol Bolas t-shirt. I got medium, American medium.
You get the Nicol Bolas deck box, Nicol Bolas sleeves. You could get Samet and other stuff. The Nicol Bolas, they're selling out really quickly. You got your booster packs for a free draft. You get your own badge, and this is sick. They give you an Merfolk promo token. That's pretty sweet. Getting to the Pro Tour. This thing will help pay for my hotel. It's like a small GP. It's a dog. So we're at the Bamboo Japanese restaurant, and what do we have here? Japanese
The
food.
original point and speak phrase book.
Amazing. Help you translate the menu that they have here. Frankly, most of it is translated already. Alright, this is it. This is the list being that I'm going to play at the Pro Tour. I know I told you guys I'm going to abandon Metallic Mimic, but I brought it back in because I need some help against this red deck wins deck. This is probably going to be the breakout deck of the tournament. Everyone's talking about it. It's got a lot of results both on paper and online. It's pretty sick. I need Metallic Mimic because I had like 4 Essence Scatters in the main deck for a very long time. Yeah, Essence Scatter did a lot of work for me up until like a week ago. And Metallic Mimic, I need him. He can block creatures on the ground while making my other creatures big, giving me a chance to race against red deck wins. So that's why I'm playing with Metallic Mimic. Essence Scatter was pushed back into the sideboard because it's not doing enough against zombies, and it's not doing enough against red deck wins. Those decks are just getting underneath me. So Metallic Mimic, good against nothing really, again, except for red deck wins. I'm hoping it gives me some chance against zombies, but it's not actually. My record hasn't been very good against zombies. I hope I don't play against it very much. Metallic Mimic, very good though against Blue-White Monument. I was folding to that deck a lot, but with Metallic Mimic I'm getting some very good scores against that. But really, I have to be prepared for red deck wins. And that's why we have got 4 Authority of the Consuls here. I've won every single game where I've cast this thing. All the creatures come into play tapped. I gain life. It's great. I'm playing with Cast Out instead of Stasis Snare because against control decks, I have no idea if they're going to go a very creature route. I don't know if they're going to go really creature heavy with Thing in the Ice, Glory Bringer. I think it's Dragon Master Outcast, this like 1 red 1/1 creature, and puts 5/5 red dragons onto the battlefield if you have like 6 or more lands. Or they could go the creature route, or they could go the planeswalker route with Jaces and Chandras and Nicol Bolas. I have no idea what's going to happen. So Cast Out is just a fantastic hedge against those 2 things, and you can just bring it in against a lot of things. And you can also cycle it if it's no good. Sort of feel a little naked with 2 Essence Scatters. I did pretty well with 4, but we're just going to have to let Disallow be sort of a pseudo Essence Scatter. And that's all I have to say about that. We're going to play with all the Gideons. Gideon ended up being really good against red deck wins because I would put them within range of dying. Gideon as a creature is useless. A very useless human being, but the Anthem is fantastic. The Anthem won me a lot of games. A lot of games where I just slam Gideon and boom, I win. They thought they were at a safe life. I had 3 creatures in play. They're at 9 life. They thought they were safe. No, Gideon, and they're dead. Unsummon ended up being, it was very, very good when the format was very mid-range and clunky. Unsummon got a lot worse. I'm still going to play with it in the main, but it's just so much worse. It's not really where you want to be against zombies, bouncing their stuff. I just have a real problem against zombies. They've got just a shitload of removal. It's just a ton of removal, really cheap, and a lot of cheap creatures, and at least against red deck wins. I don't know, I guess their removal is just not as good. You know, things like Shock don't kill Bygone Bishop or Spell Queller. Oh, by the way, like, I was playing with the Shepherd up until just recently. I had to put Bygone Bishop back into the deck because this thing, you need to be able to block those 2-powered creatures coming out of red deck wins, and you also need to be able to block those stupid 2/2 zombies. So Bygone Bishop just basically came back because I really need a 2/3 body, much more important than the Shepherd, which was really cool. It was a really cool tech. We've got a Scavenger Grounds here. It's sort of nice because every single deck uses the graveyard in some manner or form, and you know, like even if they play Ishkana, that thing needs Delirium if it's gonna bring out all the other spiders. You just crack the graveyard and it's just a big 3/5 reacher. We have an extra one here for that and God Pharaoh's Gift, and I think I bring it in against Emerge because they use the graveyard a lot. What else can I say about this list? We've got all the usual suspects here. But I think, yeah, that's about it. That's all I have to say. So, yeah, this is what I'm going to play at the Pro Tour. I'm going to show you my sideboard guide, actually. And I have no shame showing anyone this because no one's watching this. No one from the Pro Tour cares. No one's going to play Spirits, and it doesn't matter. So my plan against zombies is probably going to be, like, bring in 2 cast-outs, and I have no idea what counterspells I should bring in. Should I bring in the Negates? Because they're playing with, like, tons of removal. Fatal Push. I think it's there's this one black XX, you know, they get zombies equal to X, but then a target creature gets -1/-1 equals the number of zombies they control. Then there's Grasp of Darkness. So should I have the Negates or not? Unsummon feels very poor. Feels like very bad tempo-wise. I don't want to bounce their creatures. I don't really feel like bouncing my own creatures. I could be wrong. Maybe someone out there has a much better zombies plan than I do, but my zombies plan is not very good. Dusk and Dawn sucks. It is not a very... Oh, that's what I wanted to say. I used to have Dusk and Dawn in this deck. It's total trash now because of Blue-White Monument. It's totally scared everyone away. No one wants to have big creatures. When people attack with their Long Tusk Cub, they're only keeping it as like a 2/2 creature. They never make it bigger because of the threat of Dusk and Dawn. So there came a point where Dusk was just complete trash, and I thought it was good against red deck wins for a little while, but overall it's just too much mana, and I just get eaten up too hard by haste creatures. And like even against zombies, they now have like 6 Anthem effects, and they're very careful when they play them, and they can assume that I'm playing with Dusk and Dawn because I look like a Dusk and Dawn deck. I'm not going to go over the explanation to any of these other things. You can try to figure it out for yourself. But yeah, I'm not confident with the zombies thing. These are all these matchups. And then there's... what we got here? Get Emerge, Blue Eye Flash, and Temur Energy. Yeah, so that's this is what I'm going to do. Pretty happy that I'm going to play something I love to play. I had a lot of fun playing with this, play testing with it. And hopefully we do great at the Pro Tour. Hopefully we get good matchups, no zombies, and kill all those red deck wins decks. Oh yeah, I had Aether's Filler Harvester in here, but it's really gross to like tap your creature to activate the thing and then they abrade it or something. And even then there's no guarantee that this thing can block. So, yeah, that's about that. This has been Nikachu, and you can hopefully watch me at the Pro Tour.